Hi. Hi. We are live and it's Thursday and I forgot to turn that other light on. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. We've got both cats because of the chair that I'm in. And I didn't realize it was so squeaky. So we're going to have to like sit still. Ooh. Right. Ooh. But yeah, that's the cats. That is maybe gravy up on top and little Leonard trying to attack her. So yeah, we have cats tonight. Oh gosh. I got filled in. We're gonna do just one more little adjust there. And hi Jax. I love visitors too. And maybe she'll just lay right there the whole time. And I am so excited about tonight's first story. Oh, it's great. I haven't read the whole thing, but as soon as I read the title, I was like, oh, and it's from only 7 days ago. But tonight, because it is Thursday, we are reading Reddit. And because I am feeling spicy, we are reading Am I the Butthole? I am hoping, hey, Sister Bear. My sister's here. Spicy. I'm feeling spicy. My plans for this weekend got ruined by the snow, so I'm feeling extra spicy right now. I'm not happy, but I would like to still be alive when I get back to Muncie and not being brought back to Muncie. So, yes. Hey, absolutely not. No, thank you. No, not in front of the world. You're not going to act like that, sir. No, sir. You can go over there. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So maybe can just do her own thing. Sorry, guys. A lot of like little distractions to start us off tonight, but that's the spicy brain. But yes, so if you're in the chat, if you have a clever, cute, whatever euphemism for butthole that we can use in place of it so that we do not get flagged or eventually when we can start monetizing get demonetized. So we'll just get in the habit of calling it whatever you guys decide on. But I opened up Reddit right before this and I was like, oh my Lord, that is perfect. It's perfect for us. So, our first story tonight is called Am I the for changing my niece's stripper name when I got custody? How old is your niece? First of all, your niece is old enough to be stripping and yet young enough to need legal custody? I'm intrigued. I am very intrigued. I think it will become obvious that my sister and I have taken very different paths in life. I love her very much, but she is not well. I have had custody of my niece since she was 6 months old. Whoa, hold on. So you've had custody since your niece was 6 months old and she still became a stripper but your sister is the problem? Okay. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. My sister is going to jail for at least the next 7 years. She is ineligible for parole for that long. So that's a minimum. My niece's name is a perfect example of my sister's thought process. Honest to God, she named her Synnamin, pronounced cinnamon. Spicy. I have had my sister's parental rights severed. My parents and her fought me on it. Don't care. My parents have never contributed to her upbringing, but they have given lots of unwanted advice. I adopted my daughter and changed her name to Simone. My parents think I'm being cruel to my sister. What my sister thinks is not allowed here. The filters. Oh, oh. The filters told me that particular obscenity wasn't part of posts here. It starts with a C. Try it yourself if you don't believe me. So I feel completely justified in changing her name. I do not think I'm wrong. I'm not looking for validation. I want to know if I'm missing something that my parents and sister can't communicate coherently. There's a lot of context missing. A lot. Okay, I'm going to check the comments and see if there is any more context. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So one of the commenters said kind of what I said. You are clearly and undeniably not BA. But that title, though, initially read it like you adopted a stripper and wanted to change her professional name. As you might imagine, I was a bit confused. Yes, same. Same. Okay, so then OP responds to that. You were the second person to say that. I'm embarrassed. It totally reads like that. But I still need more context, I feel like. Yeah. So overall, not the butthole, but yeah, I mean, I guess I just don't understand. If you don't care, then I'm not sure why you posted it. Somebody said, not the A, your child's going to thank you later. Somebody responded to that. I hope OP doesn't live anywhere near her awful parents. You just know they're going to take every opportunity to call that poor kid cinnamon. OP needs to keep Simone far away from the toxic grandparents. Yeah. I mean, she doesn't say why her sister's going to jail. I guess prison for 7 years. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know. But to say she is not well, I don't know that we have any kind of diagnosis for that, especially if she's well enough to go to prison. I don't know. This is just me sitting here and jibber jabbering. That's what we all thought. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So not as spicy as the title would have suggested. But that's okay because we are going to find some spicy. And again, if anybody has some like favorite Reddit stories, go ahead and send them here. If you are watching and you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, share, like all of the good things that will get our numbers up. Ooh. Okay. This one also was only 7 days ago, but it has 1,700 comments and 18,000 upvotes. So, okay. Am I the for telling my father-in-law they won't ever be living with us? So, I don't see any ages here. But OP is MB Will 6809. So 7 days ago, prior to my wife and I trying for our first, we spoke with both sets of parents and said they would have any interest in helping with watching their grandkids would they have any interest in helping with watching their grandkids until preschool starts. Both were over the moon excited. All four fully retired, and they all said absolutely. The plan was to trade off weeks so they know their schedule for booking their own appointments, etc. Sounds like a good little compromise. Wife gets pregnant, and around 10 weeks post-birth, she's getting ready to transition back to work, and her parents said they've changed their minds and decided to travel more and want to enjoy their elder years. Okay. My parents did their absolute best to pick up in law slack, but daily childcare was too much with my wife and I working full time. So we ended up with my parents watching on Mondays and Wednesdays, paying for childcare on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and my wife and I working half days on Fridays to handle that. So one of you works in the morning, the other in the afternoon. I'm glad you've got some sort of a work that will allow you to do that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. With my parents taking the Friday whenever we needed them to. They're incredible. It was very frustrating to have in-laws say one thing and do the opposite. Absolutely. In six years, they've never once watched any of our kids for a single day. 6 years. Okay. So, my wife and I bought a house about a week ago. They're over checking it out as we're unboxing, and my father-in-law sees this house has a first floor master with full bath. He turns to mother-in-law and says, "Oh, thank God, we won't have to do stairs." One moment, please. I said, "Come again?" Mother-in-law says of my wife and her two siblings, "We are doing by far the best, and it would make the most sense for them to live with us as they're in their 70s and a house is becoming too much for them already." Okay, then sell your house and get yourself a little apartment. Little apartment. You're just going to move in rent free with kids you don't know? Okay. Oh, that's right. I audibly laughed hard and loud and said, "Hell would freeze before you two live here," which was met by shock from both of them. I explained that when we needed their help, they turned their backs, so we were simply doing the same. My wife agreed. She expressed how expensive and how difficult it was with zero help from one side of our village. That was their call, but we were now returning the favor. I am so glad you two are like together on this. You guys have talked about this in the last 6 years. Absolutely, you've talked about this. They're incredibly upset and hurt over this revelation. Oh no. I'm so sad for them. Were we the A's for this stance? I don't think so at all, but if the votes are a bloodbath, I'll reconsider as we have the space. It doesn't matter if you have the space. They didn't even ask. They didn't even talk to you about wanting to make those changes. They were just like, yeah, so this is where we live now? No. I know. Absolutely good for them. Yes. Absolutely. Because absolutely not. I am so sorry, guys. We are having a cat problem tonight. Okay. Hello. Come here, my darling. Why don't you guys trade places, okay? Okay. Are you staying or going? You're going. Okay, so I can't wait to read the comments on this one. Heck no, that's your space. They don't get to take any of it up. Exactly. Exactly. Like, did they even help you move or they just decided to stop by one day and you still got boxes because you just moved in? Or were they just wandering while you're unpacking boxes and like mentally putting their stuff in your house? No. No. Okay. So, first comment, not the A. All these folks saying you should not laugh or missing the part where they walked in your house, talk between themselves about the appropriateness of your master bedroom for themselves without ever discussing it with you or your spouse. The audacity. Exactly. So there is another YouTuber I follow. And a lot of you know who she is because I freaking love her and I talk about her all the time. But she's constantly, where do they find the audacity? I don't know. I don't know, Charlotte. But I'm reading it. I'm reading it now. Oh my goodness. I'm choking on my juice. Anytime they try to bring it up again, you just need to say, the audacity you two have trying to claim a room in a home you didn't pay 1 cent toward and didn't even have a conversation with us about before we purchased it. The freaking audacity of you two. You both did good calling out these entitled goobers. I haven't heard goober in a minute. I probably am choking on their audacity. It's stuck. It's stuck right here. I don't get it. I mean, like, you could walk in this house and be like, this is my room now. But that's because you've been here. Like, freaking for real. Like, okay, if you guys were going to be traveling more, why didn't you just sell your house then and get a little RV and just travel all over wherever you can drive? People bug me. Not you guys. You guys are great. That's why you're here, because you're great. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so this comment says, what is it with kind of shitty parents making these unilateral declarations? My mom, who has been minimal and sometimes zero contact with my sister and I our entire adult lives, she's the fan of the months-long silent treatment, informed us about 10 years ago that she had decided her retirement plan was that she'd be selling her house and giving part of the proceeds to whichever of us was most local at the time, so we could use it as part of a down payment on a multifamily home, which she'd then live in for free because down payment, and that she wouldn't be retiring until that happened. LMAO, good luck. Oh my goodness. Oh, it goes on. Her sisters, my aunts, recently were pushing at me as the current most local one to renovate our basement into an in-law suite for her to use. The basement, which is already finished and is in use as an at-home business. In the home where she can't even enter the front door without assistance because she can't manage the 3 front steps, but they want her to live down a full set of stairs in an already occupied basement. I was like, she can't do stairs, and our basement is in use for something which would be catastrophically expensive to relocate. And even when our kids eventually move out, she won't be able to take over their unrenovated bedrooms because she can't do stairs. They were like, oh, right. Yeah, oh, right. Oh. Okay, but see, this is why we're reading this tonight, so I can get all that and get it out. Thank you. I love you guys for this. Thanks. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. This other comment, and then we're gonna find another story. The part that really got me was that they wanted to travel more, which makes me assume they have no money to live out the rest of their lives comfortably. Not the A for sure. All of this. How are the in-laws not embarrassed? How are they not embarrassed? They should be embarrassed for assuming they could move into one of their kids' homes when they became elderly. However, the OP and his wife should have been. Oh, no. Okay. I'm not reading the rest of that comment because okay, I'm going to read it just because I started it, but understand I don't like this kind of stuff. However, the OP and his wife should have been embarrassed to ask either set of grandparents to assume full-time babysitting duties for their children. If you can't afford to have kids, don't have them. Nobody said that they couldn't afford daycare. But if everybody lives in the same town, hey, would you like to spend time with your kids, your grandkids? You're all retired. Nobody was doing it full-time. And they did pay for daycare, but not everybody wants their kid in daycare full-time. Anyway. Exactly. Maybe they trusted those people the most with their kids, Karen says. Absolutely. If I were already retired when one of my kids has kids and we live in the same town, absolutely I'm going to want to babysit. You're going back to work full time? Okay. 2 days a week, Nana's got him. Pick 2 days. Nana's got him. I don't understand people like that. Anyway, let's go back and find another spicy story. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da. Ooh. Am I the butthole? Oh, Karen, I know. Oh, I know. And by the time one of yours gives you grandbabies, you got enough time. You can retire and be the cool grandma. You'll be the coolest grandma. I'm not even joking. Okay. Am I the butthole for quietly moving out? This is a short one, but let's see. This was, 2 hours ago. Oh my, this is fresh. Okay. I caught my boyfriend of 1 year cheating on me. I told him I'd be open to working things out, but I wanted to move out while I processed everything. He became very angry and made me feel guilty for wanting this, so I stayed. Nope, done. Bye. Nope. I'm not even going to read the rest. Not the butthole. 1 year, not the butthole. You got a place to go. He cheated on you, and now he's mad at you? Oh, no, no. Okay, I'm going to read the rest, but I'm already judging. Not the butthole. Oh, huh. Okay. I later found out there were more girls he was cheating on me with, so this time I decided to move out quietly when he was at work and sent him a text explaining. Good. He doesn't even need an explanation. He knows what he did. He knows what he did because he was there. She's probably, there's no ages on this. She's probably young though. Says, I've been told I'm a horrible person for doing this, but honestly, I didn't want to be manipulated into staying again. I was scared how he would react. Yeah, he was going to react the exact same way, if not worse. He cheated. You don't really even need a reason. If you're done with the relationship, be done with the relationship. It's not fair for either one of you to hang around, especially if you're not happy. You told him you were going to move out. He guilted you into staying. Did he ever say he was sorry? No, he just became very angry. Ghost him. Exactly. The only text you needed to say was, I'm gone. Your keys are on the kitchen counter. That's it. That's it. Girl. Oh, you young baby child. Okay. Comments on this one. I did this in January of 2020. It doesn't make you a horrible person. Who would say that? You're so lucky to have got out before the vid hit. Holy cow, what timing. Oh, okay, that's a comment to that. He's the horrible person. Phrasing it a bit lighter than the words I'd use, but similar idea. Next comment. Who on earth is telling you you're horrible for moving out? Someone who reacts with anger when you try to leave is dangerous. Moving out without further warning was absolutely the safest thing for you. And you are never a horrible person for keeping yourself safe. Oh, I think that's supposed to be for keeping yourself safe. Nor for ending a relationship. For any reason, but especially because someone cheated on you and reacts with anger and tries to control you. You'd be horrible to yourself if you didn't. Absolutely. Be nicer to yourself. Good Lord. I think you're probably pretty young, but everybody kind of says the same thing that I am saying, that we are saying. No, shake it off. Call a therapist, get as many sessions as you need to get him out of your system, and be happy. Yeah. Just try. Good grief. Okay. Sorry. Was that the mom in me or the projection in me? I don't know, but I just want to hug this little girl. Okay. I think we're going to be able to do two more because I want to read this one and the next one. Okay. Okay. So this one was posted 2 days ago. Am I the butthole for not showing more sympathy for my wife when she mangled her hand using a gift from her mother that I told her was dangerous? Oh, okay. Okay. No ages again. But we can probably guess from some context. Okay. My wife will not ever refuse a gift from her mom. And once she accepts it, she will be sure to use it. Oh, this has never been a problem before. I don't give a shisa about how our front yard is infested with gnomes and other ceramic crap. I don't care that we have decorative spoons from all around the world. Oh gosh. I do care that my mother in law gave us a double edged serrated bread knife. I saw a new handle. Okay. You know where this is going because you read the title, but it's going to hurt so bad. Okay. Okay. Are you guys picturing what I'm picturing? Because I'm picturing things. Okay. A double edged serrated bread knife. So no matter which way you hold it, you can cut your bread, slice it. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Huh. This is what my hand's doing right now. Just so you guys know, this is what I do during horror movies too. I want to watch it. I really do. But yeah. Okay. Okay. I saw a new handle in our knife block, so I took it out to look at it. It looked dangerous. I tried cutting some sourdough with it and almost cut myself. Okay, right then and there, you take it out, you box it up, you put it away somewhere, and we forget about it. Take it to work with you, throw it away, take it somewhere, get out of the house. Just get it out. And you don't know what happened to it. You don't say anything to anybody. You don't know what happened to it. She didn't even tell you that there was a new knife. So you didn't even know that there was a new knife to be missing. I'm sorry. You shouldn't lie to your partner, but okay. I'm saying that knowing what happened. Okay. So in the moment, he probably was just like, okay, we're going to be real careful with this. Let's read. I told my wife it was dangerous and we should just put it away. She insisted it was fine and left it. Whatever. I went and told both our kids not to use it. Good dad. Yes, this is a no. This knife is a no. Don't ever touch it. It will take your hand. Okay. It took 5 days. My wife was cutting a bagel with the Wonder Knife, and she cut the web between her thumb and forefinger, deep enough that she cut the big tendon too. Oh, no. I heard her screaming and ran to help. Wrapped her hand in clean paper towel and then kitchen towels. We only live a few blocks from a hospital, so I didn't call 911. I had our son drive us there while I kept her hand elevated and put pressure on it. She has to have surgery on it. I never once said I told you so. Then you are a good husband. It's a good husband. But you don't ever get to say I told you so. You just go remove the knife so she doesn't have to look at it when she comes home and feels embarrassed. I also apparently was not as sympathetic as I could have been. I don't know what else I could have done. I held her hand the whole time. At the hospital, I did all the talking while she got admitted. I did not leave her side until we got home. She said she could feel my judgment. I don't know what that means. I did throw away the knife, though. Can anyone please explain what I did wrong? Yes. So she was not only in pain and bleeding and now scared because she's cut through the big tendon of her hand. She knows you told her so. So it's very good that you didn't say that because she knows that you told her so. That's why she's embarrassed. But I don't know you, sir. So I'm not sure how loud your face is. Like, if it's loud like mine, it's like mine's loud. Mine's pretty loud. So yeah. Um, she could feel your judgment. When you were you holding her hand, like just the one that was elevated and putting pressure on, or were you holding her other hand too and telling her they're going to be able to fix it? It's not a problem. It's going to be okay. Or did you just sit silently and hold her cut up? Huh. Judgy eyes always say, yes, ma'am. That's why you and I best friends. That's why we best friends. Yeah. So let's see what some of the comments said. Yes, okay. So this Amethyst Fire. Nice. Said not the A. Sometimes the looming I told you so is worse than just saying the words and getting it out there between you two. She's in a bad mood. Jax is the same way. Well, her face is way better than mine. She did way better on Teams meetings than I did. But yeah, you and I, we have to be really careful. We have to watch each other. It's only 2 more weeks. It's only 2 more weeks. Anyway, so comments. She's in a bad mood because 1, her hand hurts, probably a lot. 2, she knows she screwed up. 3, she now knows you're right if she didn't before. And 4, is waiting for you to gloat and hit her with the I told you so. Even if you never intended to do that, in her head, you probably already have. Comment to that. She also wanted to use the gift her mother gave her, but probably knew it was dangerous. It's a double-edged sword. Ah, love it. Oh, I love it good. I love good wordplay. Really do. Practice from council meetings, absolutely. Yeah, because those are, do they record those or are they like live? Men should never say I told you so, or always. If it's like a little jokey thing, because like me, I'm clumsy and I'm just wrong for stuff. So yeah. Or perhaps it's just that like when I'm walking down the street there, okay, so there are only 2 people. It sounds really like my life is such that I have the kids that I walk around in public with, but there's really only like 2 other people that I actively like go out in public with, like make plans to go see them and then we go do public things. But with both of them, or with each of them, my brain shuts completely off and I'm just like, okay, you're gonna have to like, I'm giving you full permission to have like I told you so, because I'm probably sure, or I'm sure that you probably said it. Yeah, there was probably a curve there and you probably warned me about it and then I tripped over it anyway. Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, I'm just like tangenting again. Okay. Um you were one of them. My brain is not there. Like, I'm gonna be in trouble. We're going to like a big space. I will get lost. I will probably get lost. That's okay. We'll have enough people to be like, we're just gonna be in a line so you can count faces coming back from the bathroom. something. Anyway, so yeah, everybody pretty much is like, yeah, you could have just, I mean, some of them are just making jokes. Oh, this one said she doesn't want to be mad at her mother, so you're the next best target. Bingo, or mad at herself. He's the easy target. Yeah, sometimes you just have to just take it because, yeah, there's so much going on with her emotionally. Just maybe even just a little apology, honey. I'm sorry I wasn't more comforting. You know, I was in fixer mode. We got to get you to the hospital. We got to get you taken care of. I'm sorry. How can I be of comfort to you now? It's fine. I don't know. For me, it would be fine. I'd be mad. I'd be butthurt for a couple of days, but just own it and be like, yeah, I probably could have been a little softer in that moment. You'd be surprised how far that goes. Okay. So this is the kind of story I was looking for. So this will, I hope you guys get in on this one with me. Am I the butthole for wanting my stepsister to leave my wedding after she caused a scene over the seating plan, and for later pulling back and stopping the help we used to give my mom's partner? Okay. Okay, so we have ages. Okay. I, 31 female, married my husband, 31 male, last year. We planned most of the wedding ourselves with help from friends. It was a wonderful day overall, but also extremely stressful and emotional. Emotional, I'm glad for. I mean, I hope they were good emotions, but I'm guessing because it's on Reddit, they were not. This is from 2021. Okay. Some background. My mom has been with her partner for many years, but they are not married. He has a daughter, 30 female. For simplicity, I'll call her my stepsister. Close enough. If they live in the right state, then their parents are common law, so they're married. But you're 30, 31, and 32. Oh, but you're both 31 and she's 30. Okay. Um, all right. Although we are not close and only see each other at family events. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jax. All right. Shortly before my wedding, she was pregnant and had just been left by her partner. Oh, no. Oh, that's sad. At the time, I genuinely felt sorry for her and tried to be considerate of what she was going through. For the seating plan, I placed her at a table with people her age, including my sister and my cousin, early 30s. So the three of them would be sitting together. Okay. I honestly thought this was reasonable and normal. It has she, well, I imagine she's met them before. Hold on. Yeah, I would imagine she's met them before because she's your stepdad's daughter. Yeah. Okay, so they're not strangers. Okay. When she arrived and saw the seating chart, she had a very strong emotional reaction. She started crying loudly, yelling, and stomping her feet in front of other guests. At first, I thought something serious had happened. Yeah, you'd think like she got stung in the face by a bee. Somebody reached up her dress, something. Goodness. Okay. I was already overwhelmed and under a lot of pressure, and I have ADHD, which makes emotional regulation in stressful moments difficult for me. Oh, you don't even have the it's your wedding day. It's your wedding day. People should not be bringing you problems or being a problem themselves. Oh my gracious. Okay. I didn't say anything directly to her, but I told my sister that if she didn't calm down, I wanted her to leave because I felt close to breaking down myself and just wanted the situation to stop. Absolutely. You absolutely get to ask. You get to, I mean, I understand you're all up in your, and you can't say anything to her. But did you guys not have a wedding party? I've been confused why your sister and your cousin are sitting at a separate table. Anyway, that's a whole different Reddit story. Okay. Her father, my mom's partner, became angry at me and said I should understand because she was pregnant and had been abandoned, and asked why I hadn't seated her next to them. He didn't comment on her behavior. Did nobody look at the seating chart before the wedding? Did you guys just say we're not going to have any input from anybody and we're just going to make this up and we're not going to talk to anybody about anything? Because I don't know. Okay, hold on. We might get some more context. In the end, the seating was changed so that she sat between my mom and her father, and another couple had to squeeze awkwardly at the end of the table. Yeah, like, what hurt me deeply was that my mom came to me during my wedding, no, and criticized me. Absolutely not. No, bye. No. Girl, where is your best friend who is like supposed to be your bubble? Okay. Saying I had handled everything wrong and that my stepsister and her father were upset. Who cares? Not their wedding. Not their wedding. On a day that was supposed to be, yeah, her wedding, her way, eject them all. Where is her best friend? That's going to be my job if you ever get married. I'm going to be like, no. Yeah, no. No, you can tell me. I'll see if I can fix it, but no, you don't tell her. No. Letting her down, that is right, letting her down. They weren't besties to begin with if this one was not running interference. Okay. Ugh. On a day that was supposed to be about my husband and me, I felt blamed and unsupported. I'll bet you did. Ooh. Later, several guests told me they thought her reaction seemed very childish and attention-seeking, but at the time, I mostly felt overwhelmed and guilty, wondering what I could have done differently. I mean, you could have talked to her about it beforehand and been like, hey, would you be more comfortable sitting with your folks or with our sister? Or, yeah, I mean, it just seems like there could have been a conversation beforehand, like when everything went sideways and she like still was wanting to come to your wedding. Like, yeah, you guys just don't sound very close. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how long your folks have been together. After the wedding, the situation never really resolved. While I was later in a clinic for ADHD and OCD treatment, my mom and I argued about it. No, you're in a clinic. Your mom needs to just kick rocks. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Your mom needs to kick rocks because this is not okay. Out of frustration, I said my husband would no longer mow her partner's lawn when they go on vacation, something he had done regularly as a favor. As a favor. No, we're not doing anything for you. No. After that, I tried to stay out of it emotionally because I honestly wasn't in a good mental state to handle more conflict. No, you are in a clinic. If your mom comes, the only thing she should do is cuddle you close and tell you that she loves you. This is ridiculous. I want to go find this. Nope. Don't say things out loud sometimes. Especially not when it's on the internet. Sorry for my tippy nails. But, okay. Her partner then contacted my husband directly to ask him to do it anyway. No. My husband refused. Good for him. We like him. We like him. This was ultimately his own decision. He said he no longer felt comfortable continuing because he recognizes certain unhealthy behavior patterns from his own childhood and doesn't want to tolerate or enable them anymore. And he doesn't have to. You guys are grown up people. You're in your 30s, you're married, you got a little house, maybe some babies, maybe not. Maybe you're like totally cool just being the two of you, hanging out with your sister. Where are your sister and your cousin? What did they have to say? Because I'd be like, what? Why are we not good enough to sit with? Because we're young and not pregnant and single? I don't understand. I don't understand being like that. Now my mom's partner is very angry at both of us. Well, then he can mow his own dang yard. We were not invited for Christmas. Good. And are treated as if we are no longer part of the family. You don't want to be a part of that family. That is not healthy. That is not okay. It's just not. I defy anyone to tell me that that is okay. It's just not. I know she was in a very vulnerable situation back then. Yes, okay. But she wasn't like, it wasn't her day. She was going to demand at least 6 of them between the time she found out she was pregnant when she gave birth, baby showers and whatnots. And I don't even know. Okay, I'm getting crabby and projecting. And not really projecting, but I'm just getting very angry. I know she was in a very vulnerable situation back then, and I truly did have compassion for her. At the same time, it was my wedding day. Yes. That's all. That's it. It was your wedding day, not hers. And the scene was incredibly overwhelming and painful for me. Yeah. So I'm wondering, am I the butthole? No, you are not the butthole. You are not the butthole. And how dare anyone bring a problem to you on your wedding day? And look, they saved you the trouble of having to cut them out. They don't invite you for Christmas. Guess what? You don't have to deal with that kind of crap at Christmas. How many Christmases have they ruined for you? I'm going to guess a lot. If this is the way that they would behave at your wedding, yeah. So it makes me wonder, like, how long your mom's partner was a single dad. I mean, he's still technically a single dad, except she's 30. So, yeah. I mean, I guess the only mistake you made was putting her with people her own age instead of her daddy. I don't know. You are not the butthole. Not the A, but your mother and her boyfriend sure are. It is never okay to throw a tantrum at someone else's wedding. Exactly. That is true, even if you seated her wrong or caused her some slight. It is your wedding. It is your wedding. Don't let people ruin. Okay. Before I say that, because that puts it back on the bride, and that is not okay. Don't ruin someone else's wedding day. It is really that simple. The amount of effort you have to put in to ruin someone else's wedding day, that is a special kind of selfish. It just absolutely is, and I don't like it. This didn't have to be a thing. It shouldn't have been a thing. The food gets served. She takes it over to your mom's table. She's like, hey, can I slide a chair up? Nobody's really going to care that much. Nobody's even going to notice, probably. Especially if it's buffet. I don't know what you guys had, if you had table service or buffet or whatever. But, oh my God. Oh, just not okay. I thought there was audacity before. This. Mm. And I'm not going to say, because I don't know her situation, but I'm going to guess that I can find it in the comments here. Okay, well, there's the audacity, going with my audacity. The audacity your mother has to approach you about the situation at the wedding is insane. Your mom enabling the adult's inappropriate emotions at someone else's event to keep her partner happy is insane. That's deadbeat territory. Sorry you have to deal with that. But you don't have to deal with that anymore. I'm going to tell you. There are years that it is very sad, but then there are other years I'm like, I still hear the gossip. I still know what is going on. I'm not, I mean, I'm still on the planet. But I sit back and I'm like this year at Christmas, girl, it was so quiet. So quiet. I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to deal with crazy in laws. I didn't have to deal with crazy siblings. I didn't have to deal with butthurt, all kinds of nastiness and snide remarks and the backhanded everything. Oh my God, it is so great. And OP, what is your name? OP. File usual 3559. Back in 2021, I would be intrigued to see how the last 4 or 5 years have treated you. I don't see any updates from you, but I don't know if there needs to be an update. I mean, I kind of want to know if they continued on with this for the last half a decade. Yeah, I don't know. But on that note, everybody thinks like I do and like you guys do that absolutely not. Don't ever try to mess up somebody's wedding. And if you see somebody trying to mess up your wedding or whatever, no, they're not. No, they're not. You just keep on going about your day. That's a room full of people there to celebrate you. Let her have her little litter kittens in the corner. She's not there. She's not there. And your bestie? I want to know where your bestie is. Yeah. But anyway, if you are a bestie, you run interference. If you have a bestie, that is a talk you need to have before your wedding. Listen, I love you. You're my maid of honor, my matron of honor, whatever, my ride or die. That's what we're doing today, ride or die. Because if you don't ride, somebody gonna die. So, yes. And if your best friend asks you to be to her maid of honor, just know. Just know in your brain. In your brain. Oh, also, I shared this on Facebook, but for you maids of honor, or anyone who is coming up that might be a maid of honor, collect this for a second. It used to be the tradition. Oh, I know. And I'm going to tell you, say this because I sent this to you. It used to be a tradition that the maid of honor would carry a sword. She would carry a sword in case somebody tried to kidnap the bride, she could kill him. So I'm not saying like it has to be like a real or like a sharp sword, but we could both wear swords one day. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it totally used to be a thing, Jax. Yeah. Yeah, the maid of honor had to have a sword and a good one, and she had to know how to use it. It'd just be like a squire for a night. Like she would be raised up with the lady or the whomever. And yeah, that was her job. A double-edged serrated bread knife. Absolutely. Bedazzled. With with a raven head at the hilt handle. Oh, the handle. Oh. Okay, anyway, now I'm decorating for a wedding I'm not having. But I love you guys, and I will see you in 36 minutes, 35 minutes if you are hanging out and coming back for the coven, or next Wednesday on the main channel for the end of Murders in the Rue Morgue. And we got through all of the really dry stuff last night, and I'm so thankful for you guys that stuck with it. And then next Thursday, we might do more of these, or we might try to find some like niche Reddit stuffs. I'm not sure yet. But if you guys have suggestions, if we want to do more buttholes, send me an idea of your topics if you've got some subs that you absolutely follow. So with that, I'm going to say good night or bye. See you in half an hour. Love you guys. Bye.